everyone and welcome to Food Review UK Recipes. This is the ultimate best ever lasagna. This is the lasagna that fuses elements from classic American lasagnas, traditional Italian lasagnas, and a few kind of different ideas that I plucked from all different parts that I read online and stuck them into one to create what I feel is the best lasagna ever. This is a video that I've tried to film about 3 or 4 times where I've wanted to create a lasagna that is just the best ever, but when I've made it, it's been good. It's sometimes been very good, but it's not the best. It's not what I wanted. This one is the recipe that I have fine-tuned and it is the best one. So without further ado, here are the ingredients that you're going to need. So first of all, you want to finely chop all of your vegetables. So that's the celery, the carrot and the onion. I'm sure you all know how to chop an onion. Then it's time for the ricotta layer, which is, I use 1.5 packs of ricotta and 2 eggs. The weirdest ever creme caramel. Then you mix them up a little bit and then you add in the parmesan, or I've got Parmigiano Reggiano, same thing pretty much. Mix it up and put it in the fridge for later. Then you want to start browning off the pork mince and of course the beef mince as well. Give them a little break up with your kitchen utensil, which is what you've done gun and use in the kitchen. We have a very small kitchen, so I have just moved the meat to one side and then we got a little bit of the oil and the juices from the meat in the rest of the pan. And then you want to add the carrot, the onions and the celery. I've just added salt and pepper, and then after they've been stewing away and softened, add the garlic. Then add the tin of tomatoes, the passata, and this is where you will add the wine. I've got a reduced wine sachet basically. Then a couple of spoons of sugar to bring out the sweetness in the tomatoes. A teaspoon of cinnamon. A very much heaped teaspoon of oregano. The freshly chopped parsley. And then the stock, which is a stock cube and water. Then mix that up, make sure that it's all combined. And let it simmer away and reduce slowly. Once it's reduced a little bit, add some tomato puree, then we move on to the roux. So you want to melt some butter and then add some flour, and then you cook out the flour and butter solution and then slowly add milk. I will say at this point that I made far too much, so you probably want about 1/3 of a pack of butter or less. One of the key influences to this lasagna was Donald Skehan. He's recently done a vegetarian lasagna and he put pesto in the white sauce. I thought it was a stroke of genius, so I had to mimic that here. Once the pesto is all combined in there, you can actually start the layering process. So your meat mixture, bolognese, whatever you want to call it, should be heavily reduced by this point, and you want to start off with that on the bottom layer. Then you want to put your dry pasta sheets in and give them a little press down so that they are fully covered by liquid, or at least fully touching liquid. And then you pour your white sauce on top and make sure that you've got an even layer there. Then put a small sprinkling of cheese. So I've just used cheddar and parmesan in this layer, and then another layer of meat. More pasta, and you can snap bits off to make it fit, and then more white sauce. Okay, and then in the middle of it you want your ricotta layer. So that is the ricotta mix that you got from the fridge, and then spread that evenly. Whilst you're doing this, you want to actually preheat your oven to between 180 and 200 depending on how capable your oven is. And then the final layers will be meat, then pasta, then white sauce, and then on top you want the decent quality fresh mozzarella, a sprinkling of cheddar cheese and the remaining parmesan. Then you put that in the oven, as I say, 180 for about 20 to 25 minutes, and then when you get it out it will look like this. As you can see, the ricotta is cooked and solidified. The cheese on top is golden brown and it looks, well, as you can see, extremely appetizing. Smug! So it's time to try it. Looks like that, piping hot of course. Get a bit of everything. The ricotta is solidified because of course of the eggs. Absolutely sensational. You get the depth from all the cheeses, beautiful seasoning in there. The ricotta really gives it an American taste and texture and style. And then you've got that pesto and the basil, strong basil flavour running through the white sauce, which really elevates it and gives it a different taste. Absolutely sublime, guys. The best lasagna you'll ever have. Thanks very much for watching Food Review UK Recipes. Let me know if you try this one out and subscribe for more.